Hello and welcome to your weekly messages. Today is Saturday, the 27th of January 2024. Let's have a look and see what the messages have in store for us this week. Welcome back. If you have been following me before, you know how much I love you and appreciate you. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. It's really lovely to have you here. And for those of you that might be new to my channel, I do want to let you know about my series in Lessons in Awakening. So take a look scroll down the channel and you will see a section called Lessons in Awakening. If you are new to energy healing, if you're new to understanding yourself as an energy being, if you're new to understanding how you create your own reality, if you're new to understanding the importance of raising your frequency and you want to know how you can do that, then check it out. There's just like a whole series of 20-minute bite-sized chunks of me talking about various topics to do with you being a multidimensional being, the importance of emotions, frequency of words, the importance of loving yourself, understanding triggers, the path to forgiveness, the importance of willingness. There's loads and loads, how to master your emotions and your thoughts. There's just loads and loads of different information there to help you on your journey at this time of the Great Awakening and to help you understand how you can harness the universal energy and how you can take control, I want to say, of your own energy through your level of consciousness and understanding, and raise your frequency, which is the most important thing to do at this time. And there's also a whole section on self-healing techniques, so check out those because they are some simple and effective self-healing techniques that you can use and apply to your life like right now. There's a whole section on interviews and chats and things like that. Check those out as well. I've got a couple of chats on there with the lovely Mark Atwood, and I've got a few chats now, I think it's 3 or 4, with the lovely, amazing Amy Bird, astrologer. And also I have a whole section dedicated to self-mastery with Liz Nagle. So if you don't know Liz yet, check that out and you can listen to her words of wisdom. So yes, there's a lot going on. There's even 4 videos in Spanish, but I'm not sure I can even recommend those because my Spanish is terrible. But if you know somebody who doesn't speak English and does speak Spanish, it might be better than nothing. So let's have a look. We're going to take a deep breath together down to the belly. Activate our own intuition. That card wanted to come out. It's face down. I have no idea what it is. Can we have some heads up, some guidance, some messages? Wow. Some messages, and they all flew out. So, oh, wow. We have, okay, there's 6 in total. I'm not even going to try and look for any more because that's quite a lot. Let's dive straight in. Here we have the Hierophant. Sorry, the sound should be better this week because I have my trusty microphone for a change, but the lighting is not good, huh? I need to start getting a bit more professional with these videos, don't I? There you go. You can see it a bit better there, I think. It's the Hierophant, Major Arcana. Now, the Hierophant is all about understanding the spiritual laws of the universe. I often connect this card with understanding the 7 Hermetic principles. So already you've got yourself some homework because I'm going to put a link in the description to a book called the Kybalion, which is on the audiobook is on YouTube, but about the 7 Hermetic principles. And I'll also put a link into the video that Liz and I did discussing our understanding of the 7 Hermetic principles, because that's what these cross keys mean. It means the secrets. It's like understanding the secrets of the universe. What did Nikola Tesla say? If you want to understand the secrets of the universe, you have to think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. So it is that the occult teachings, I want to say, and understanding how we create our reality. So he's very much a spiritual teacher. And the message with this card is to seek a spiritual teacher at this time, or at least to study in some way, informally or formally. But also there's a message here about becoming a spiritual teacher. And I always think the best way to do that is just when you have had an aha moment. And I'm sure if you're watching this video, you know what I mean. Some kind of aha moment when the penny has dropped and you've understood some kind of, whether it's spiritual or metaphysical, phenomena, or whether you've just realized something, you've experienced some self-realization and you've kind of joined a few dots or something like that. When that happens, I think it's really important to share it with people. Not forcing it on people, of course, but sharing it with people, because it's by hearing other people's aha moments that help us learn these spiritual concepts, these metaphysical laws, I want to say, the quantum laws, the quantum truths behind everything. Because whether you're using spiritual terminology and being all woo-woo, or whether you want to use scientific terminology and you want to use quantum mechanics and quantum, physics, terminology, it's the same thing, really, at the end of the day. I mean, people talk about bridging spirituality with science, and I just think you don't need to bridge. It's on the same path completely. And that's what this card is saying. All of that. It's about looking at life from the lens of how do I create what I'm experiencing. So understanding that you are the creator is one of the most life-changing realizations that we can have, because although at first it can make you quite fearful of like, well, why have I created all this negative stuff, in inverted commas, this bad stuff? You've got to take responsibility for creating the bad stuff, because really, when you look at it from a higher level of consciousness, there is no bad stuff. The bad stuff has led you to the good stuff, right? And we always look back with and say, oh, that was a blessing in disguise. Well, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Because it's a blessing and it was disguised as something negative, but that's how you got to where you needed to be. And that's the only way the universe can get you to where you need to be. And the only way your soul can get you to where your soul wants you to be. Because, of course, our humans are too busy being programmed and doing what we think we want and trying to manifest what we think we want. And it's quite amusing when people are desperately trying to manifest, not realizing that we are manifesting in every now moment. What does manifest mean? It means we are creating, we are bringing into physical form through us. We're doing it in every now moment, and we always have, and we will carry on doing so during this human experience. So what we really want to do is not, oh, I'm trying to manifest something good, and it's just like you're manifesting everything. So it's about understanding how you manifest everything, including the bad stuff, and understanding how it all works. Because it is like the secrets of the universe, because it's like learning the rules of a game. And once you know the rules of the game's easy. It really is easy, and life wasn't meant to be a struggle, was it? So this is a powerful card. This is for the Great Awakening, remembering this is our first week now with Pluto in Aquarius. So there's a massive shift going on, and people are wanting to understand more about who they are, where they've come from on a non-physical level, on a spiritual level, or even on a quantum level, however you want to view it, and understanding how you create your reality. Because when you understand that, then you can consciously create the reality that you prefer, can't you? I will also put a link, lots of homework this week by the sound of it. I'll also put a link into one of my lessons in awakening. It's actually called How We Create Our Reality. I think that one's a little bit longer than 20 minutes, because obviously there's quite a lot to say on that subject. Let's see what's following that. Beautiful, because when we create our own reality and we can create what we prefer, then obviously we can have the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is Pentacles, typically financial, business, work related, career related. But if you're participating in this great awakening, which you are, the chances are that what you came here to do is what you enjoy, and it's what you're good at, and it's what you would do whether you got paid or not, right? A bit like some of us reading cards now. You would do it whether you got paid or not. So for me, Pentacles isn't just about money. It's about enjoyment, it's about abundance, it's about joy, happiness, health, love, all of these things. And you can see she's keeping these 3 pentacles to herself. She's not going to be in need. She's not going to be homeless. She's not going to be in scarcity. She has everything she needs and more. And she's investing this. Now, sometimes I interpret pentacles as time, money, energy, resources. It's not just money. It's our time. It's investing of us, right? So therefore, it's our time, our money, our energy, and our resources. And she's investing this in her. So she might be investing that in charities and in projects, humanitarian projects, now that we're in Aquarius. Or she might be investing it in her own health, her well-being, by having, some healing treatments and stuff. Or she might just be pampering herself, making herself feel good. She might be shopping for clothes that make her feel good. Whatever floats her boat. She's got her animal here. She's in a garden. I think of her as Lady Muck, swanning around, enjoying life. She's enjoying life, and she's spending her time, money, energy, and resources on her and on keeping her frequency high by doing what she loves, where she loves, with who she loves. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful example of how we create our reality through the investment that we put in, on all levels. She's also, there's an energy of independence about her. She's totally independent. And of course, I'm going to have to say she's sovereign over her own energy. Nobody can tell the 9 of Pentacles what to do. She's a woman, with her own mind, her own heart, and she's following that heart. So she is independent, in all ways. That doesn't mean that she's single. Of course, there's a lot of people, of course, you're in a relationship, you can be independent in a relationship, of course you can. They're the most divine relationships, right? Where you have the freedom, the love, the security, and everything. It comes from within, and then that frequency gets reflected back to you in your divine partner, I guess. So yeah, so these are beautiful 2 cards to start off with. Let's have a look what's going on. Yeah, we have got to, not defend, because you only defend if you're under attack, right? So I don't want to use the word defend. I want to, there's an energy of courage and conviction with this card. He's standing up for himself. And I think this is a really important card, because it doesn't mean that you're being triggered, right? It's not my trigger card, which of course would mean that you've got these emotions coming up. But he does mean that he's making a stand. He's making a stand for what he wants in his reality and what he wants in his future, because he understands how he creates his reality. And he knows that whatever he puts his attention on, whatever he invests his time, money, and energy, because it's come on the heels of lovely 9 of Pentacles, he knows that whatever he invests his time, money, and energy on, he's giving it permission to stay in his reality. Right? Because we create through our consciousness, our thoughts, our words, and our actions. So he knows that he has to make a stand. So if there's something going on in his life that he doesn't accept, and he's like, nope, I don't want that in my future. We have been learning how to love what is. So he's not triggered. This is an important point, I think, because if he was triggered, then he needs to go back and do the trigger work, right? But he's not triggered by it, but he's observing something and using his discernment to say, that is not behavior that I want to manifest in my reality. That's not behavior that is welcome in my version of heaven on earth. So he could be observing, manipulative behavior or any kind of unconscious behavior, disrespectful behavior. It could be violent. It could be, I don't know, whatever. But he's not accepting it. Look, he's not accepting it. He's like, no, he's got courage and conviction of his own beliefs, his own thoughts. And he's like, that's not coming into my future. So he's not complying with whatever is around him, the people around him, and he's not, but he's not, he's not arguing with them. He's not arguing with what is, because that's pointless and futile, isn't it? There's no point in arguing with what is, but he's just made an acknowledgement that that is not behavior that he wants to bring into his future. So he's making a stand, and he's just lovingly, because it's loving to himself first, but he's lovingly saying, no, that's not coming with me. Nope, I'm not accepting that. So he's kind of making boundaries for himself. I think that's what it is. He's making boundaries for himself. So that's a really important point. We're back to Pentacles with the Four of Pentacles. This one is very much about don't hold on too tightly to your money. There's very much a theme going on here, isn't there? This is more investing in yourself. This card is very much about investing in yourself. So yeah, it's very much what I said about her, investing your time, money, and energy in raising your frequency, doing what you love, spending more time, more energy on what you love doing, Stop making excuses, I want to say. Stop making excuses. Why are you not doing what you love? Why are you not doing more of it? Why can you not bring in more of it? What thoughts do you have? Don't believe everything you think. I want to say, don't believe everything you think, because you think you don't have enough time. Well, time is an illusion. You've felt time. Time is wibbly wobbly lines, isn't it? According to Doctor Who. But you can create time. Time moves. It's kind of, you've often had experiences, I'm sure, where time has stood still, and then other experiences where time has speeded up. Well, that's exactly time for you, isn't it? So if you think you haven't got time, if you think you haven't got the money, remember that your future lies in your frequency and not in your bank account. So sometimes if there's something that is going to raise your frequency, it could be a course that you want to do, or it could be a class that you want to do. It could be, investing in a deck of tarot cards or something like that. It's like, if you feel to do it, you have to do it, because you have to ask yourself, why do I feel to do it? Why am I inspired to do this? Whatever it might be. It could be traveling, going to visit a particular site. It might be going to visit a particular friend, or it could be, wanting to learn, yoga teacher training, or, to train in Qigong, or I don't know whatever it is you want to do. Do you want to learn an instrument? Instruments are not cheap, are they? So have you always wanted to play a certain instrument? And you think, oh yeah, but I'm too old now, and they're expensive, aren't they? And then I've got to learn. Where do I learn? I haven't got the time. This card is saying, go and get yourself whatever instrument, whatever materials, resources it is that you want to do. And you don't have to know the next step. Just get it, have it, bond with it, feel it. The next step will come. The next step will come. If you're following your heart, you cannot go wrong. So the next step will come. And the reason it's so important, I like these cards now. The reason it's so important, the Three of Wands is very much looking out over the shores of heaven on earth. You are creating heaven on earth. You're creating your version of heaven on earth. So when you close your eyes and you dream about your perfect lifestyle, your perfect heaven on earth, are you playing that musical instrument? Are you painting that picture? Are you practicing yoga? Are you reading tarot? What are you doing? Are you just, are you lying in the sun, enjoying yourself because you've got passive income from what? From writing that book, maybe? What is it? Because he is creating heaven on earth. The Three of Wands comes after the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is making a decision. The Two of Wands is very much about deciding, right, I'm going to follow my heart. I'm going to do what I'm inspired to do. I understand that if I do that, I will energize my future. I want to say that again. Understanding that when you follow your soul's desires, you are energizing your future. Seriously, you are energizing your future. I have to use the word energize. I want to say you're investing in your future, but it's really energizing because you're using the energy. And once you align your actions with what your soul wants you to do, and your soul is talking to you, how does your soul talk to you? Let's talk about that. How does your soul talk to you? Through your intuition. Through your intuition. So some of you, it might be through the words of songs, it might be your thoughts, it might be your feelings. You might feel your heart expanding at various times. That means follow whatever it is. You might feel your heart contracting at certain times. Don't follow when that happens. You see, you might find signs in the clouds, with the animals, with stones, leaves, flowers, I don't know what. You know, there's all sorts of different ways that your soul is trying to communicate with you. And when I say soul, of course, it could be your galactic family, your angels, your passed over loved ones, your spirit guides, your higher self. Doesn't matter what you call it, you know, source, whatever, creator energy. But it's those thoughts that come to you. It's those thoughts that come to you, and they're going to be positive, inspirational thoughts. So if you're having negative thoughts, please know that that is your programmed human that is blocking it. So the idea will come, that's divine. The programmed human will block it, okay? So listen to that first thought. First thought, best thought, right? And so he's actually creating heaven on earth because he has already made that decision. And this card is about the fruition, because threes are very much creative. 1 + 1 = 3, right? It's coming together. This is the fruition that comes when you start doing what you came here to do. It's a bit like the fool jumping off the cliff. And as he jumps off, there is that upthrust that carries him. There is this fruition that comes when you take a leap of faith. There's a fruition that comes when you follow that inner guidance, that voice in your head, the positive one. Which is interesting because the last card is the 7 of Swords. And he's the voice that comes and knocks you back and says, no, you can't. You know, don't believe everything you think. Don't believe everything you think. So the first thought, the inspiring one, is the one that you can do. But then the second thought, which comes in, I can't afford it. I can't do it. I haven't got enough money. I haven't got enough time. That is going to be, that's your excuse, isn't it? That's your ego trying to keep you small. So this is about don't believe everything you think, because he's stealing the swords. Swords represent air, which is our mental processes. So it represents thoughts, beliefs, and he's kind of stealing them. So usually this card is about untrustworthy people, but we can't have untrustworthy people in our reality if we don't lack some self-trust. So it's about trusting yourself. And so really he's a sign of deception. But if you think that you can't do what you came here to do, if you think you can't do what you love and what you want, then you are deceiving yourself, because you came here, your destiny, you came here to live your destiny, and your destiny, your soul is trying to communicate with you about what your destiny is, and it will communicate with you in ways that, you know, light you up. What lights you up? What lights you up? What expands your heart? Because that's what it's about, really, isn't it? You know, and it doesn't matter how, you know, on what level it is. It could be a big project, or it could just be something as simple as reading cards, having the confidence to read cards, and having the confidence to just intuitively say whatever's coming through, and not worry what other people think or say, because everybody is a reflection of you, right? So yeah, I think there's a message here about getting yourself out there more in whatever it is that is your gift, your divine gift, whatever it is that you're passionate about. But there is an understanding. There is this card about understanding how you create your reality. So I do seriously suggest that you watch that video, How We Create Our Reality, because if you understand, when you understand that that's the way to go, I think that helps you. It helps you take that leap of faith, doesn't it? It helps you take the risk, the chances. It's a bit of a gamble, but it helps you, doesn't it? If you realize that from an energetic point of view, your frequency is going to be lifted so much that your reality is going to improve. When you understand that that is a quantum truth, then I think it's going to help you make the moves that your soul wants you to make. And that was because we're in the last week of January, of course, and they were the cards for January. If you haven't already seen them, link in the description, video in the end screen, because the messages for January were all about what does your soul want you to do. This is not about what your human wants, because the human, one, it's programmed, but two, our humans, because we are our higher self, okay? That's also a lesson in awakening. Our humans have such limited senses. We're really so limited and so dense, I want to say, in the nicest possible way, in an energetic way, well, in all ways probably. We are just very dense. So it is about tuning into your soul and listening to your heart's desires, because your soul will talk to you through your heart, and through your intuition. And your blocks will come from the ego and the programming, which will be in the left brain. So we really want to activate the right brain and the heart at this time. And then once you've found your joy, your excitement, we can then use the left brain to carry it out. So but let's make sure that we do it that way round, that we get the inspiration from our soul, from our heart, from our right brain, and then we carry it out through the left brain, as opposed to having the thought coming in and then knocking that thought, blocking that thought, basically dissing that thought with the left brain. Okay, so we've really got to ask yourself the question, is it true? I love this question. Is it true? This is our last card, remember? Do you have a belief? And the belief is telling you that you shouldn't do something you love, or you can't afford to do something you love, or, you've got to stay in a job that you hate, or you've got to still see people that don't light you up. You've got to stay in a place, in a location that you don't want to live. Aren't people lucky that, well, we get this all the time, aren't people lucky that live in Spain? It's like, it's not luck. If you want to live in Spain, come and live in Spain. And if you don't. It's about what your heart tells you to do. A lot of people out here, you say to them, why did you move to Spain? They'll go, I don't know. My heart just said I had to. So you've got to follow the heart. But when you stop yourself, when that mind chatter, that monkey chatter says, no, you can't do it, or for whatever reason, then ask yourself, is it true? Is it true that I can't afford it? Is it true that I haven't got time? Is it true that I have to do these things that I don't really want to do? Is it true? No, it's not true. Is it true that you can do what you want? Yay! You came here to do what you want, not in a selfish way, in a soul way, in a soul's desires way, living out your destiny, living your destiny through your human experience. That's what you came here to do. So get in touch if you want a private reading. See where that takes you. We can do a heart wall healing. We can do a soul reading to see what gifts you have. And we can do a full card spread as well to see what's going on for you personally, where your leap of faith is and stuff like that. Oh, interesting stuff. Yeah, so get in touch if you want a private reading. Check out all the links in the description. Lots of homework this week. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I love you all. Have a fantastic week and see you in the next video. Bye for now.